So these areas need to be taken down. Because when I was playing with it, I noticed that this is where the gums ended. So if these areas are a little too fat, then when you put this back inside here, the gums will end up pushing it back out because of the rubber of the material. So I decided to take a little bit of it down. And also added a little bit to the distal contact area so that we have a positive contact over here, which I see that we still don't. So we're going to add a little bit more. Later on, if you decide to do the tooth next to it, then you can probably take a little bit of this down and make the neighboring tooth a little bit bigger so that the first premolar won't look so large. So now I pushed it down, so we got a little bit of a contact there. Now this contact is not going to be super strong, but it must be there. If it's not there when you're chewing, the food's going to get packed in there and it's going to be mighty uncomfortable. So that's our mandibular first premolar. Tooth number 22. There's a little bit of a groove that I want to do here, just right here, before we finish, because this kind of divides up our mesial cusp from the distal cusp, and it is a developmental groove, so developmental grooves usually break through the cusp ridges. Add a little bit more wax here. Okay, that looks a little better. Now that we have the groove there. And here, I did notice that we don't have enough of an embrasure space, so we're gonna make a little bit more of an embrasure space right there. So we're gonna take this out once more, and if we're gonna add more embrasure, that means this tooth is gonna look a little smaller, which is what we prefer. There we go. You see? It's a little more embrasure. But we need to do the same to the canine a little bit too. There we go. That'll be good. So next we'll move on to the mandibular left, second premolar. This is tooth number 20. So if we remember correctly, on the second premolar, the mesial cusp is the bigger one. The distal cusp is smaller, however, it's not as small as the mesial cusp on the first premolar. So we start like we start everything else, cusp tip.